All right, you guys. So let's, grab your bolsters. Let's place them underneath the legs. Maybe a small little blanket roll underneath your neck. And we'll just start to make our way down onto the back. Letting your bodies release. Let it become heavy. Just letting those shoulders melt. Let them slightly tuck under the arms and legs. Maybe go slightly wider. Close down those eyes. Really just starting to feel that sensation of releasing. Just letting your muscles relax. Letting your bodies become heavy. So just feeling that denseness inside the body, the weight melting down in towards your mat. Softening through your face and your jaw. Simply just observing your breath right now. Just notice how you're breathing, where the breath is traveling. And paying attention to those spots where maybe it gets a little stuck. Just naturally allow that breath, that inhale, just deepen so as the body calms itself a little bit more. Let's just let that breath be the life force that you're noticing. Inhale and exhale. And your fingers and your toes. Again, just softening. A slight curl of the fingers. Toes gently, also just relaxing. Bringing that calmness into the mind. Letting your breath be your focus, your guide, that distraction inside the head. Maybe setting that intention. I am at peace. I am calm. I am letting go. And repeating any of those things to yourself that you need, or maybe it's something different. As long as it's positive. We'll just stay here a few more rounds of breath or a minute or two. Just letting yourself be. Knowing that there's nowhere else to be at this moment. Just relaxing on your mat. Breathing in and breathing out. You just start to bring the focus back on the breath. Taking a deep inhale. And letting it go as you exhale. Maybe sigh it out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Taking one more full round of breath. Sigh it out, let it go. And just starting to bring some gentle movements back to fingers and toes. Gentle wiggle. Brushing the thumbs along the tops or the finger pads of each finger. Bringing circles into the ankles and the wrists. Even extending those arms over your head, just reaching long on your mat from fingers to toes with a deep breath in. Let it go, breathe out. Letting those arms release back next to your sides. We'll slowly start to walk the feet up onto the bolster. Letting those hips become heavy, releasing down towards your mat. Just letting those feet rest on your bolster and letting your knees rock from side to side. Take some windshield wipers here. Just moving mindfully. Any movement to the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Just slowly allowing those knees to come back through center. And then just using your feet, you guys, maybe grab a block if you want to use your bolster. Just kind of roll that bolster with your feet up towards your seat. Maybe reach down if you can reach it with your hands, if your arms are long enough. And just letting your feet come down to the mat. So now as you press into your feet, we're going to roll that bolster right underneath of our hips. So using a bolster or a block as we find a supported bridge. Again, letting your hips just release down. If we're using a block, choosing that side of the block where we can rest it on the lower back. Sometimes depending upon the denseness of your bolster, that block may feel better. And so now just allowing those hips to release down. And whether you are on a bolster or a block, Maybe you'd like to walk those feet out away, maybe towards the top of your mat or bottom edge of your mat, depending how you look at that. Or maybe the legs begin to straighten all the way. Being mindful here of that lower back, making sure we're not feeling any pinching or compression. But knowing we can always keep our feet on the mat with our knees bent. Now as we allow that breath to move up through those toes, through the legs, to the knees, to the top of the legs. Letting it roll down through your hips to your belly. Over those ribs to your chest and heart. So it just expands and opens across the chest to the shoulders. And through those arms, neck. And just like that ocean wave as it comes in and out of shore, just feel it moving in and out. Breathing in, breathing out. Just taking a few more rounds of breath. Letting that body open up through the front side. A deep breath in, deeper breath out. Inhale, letting go, exhale. And as you take one more round of breath here, if those legs are extended, just start to walk those feet back in on your mat. And keeping that block or bolster underneath of you, we're going to draw the knees into the chest one at a time. As we move into legs up the wall, being supported by the bolster or your block. So just then extending those legs up. Feel free to remove that prop. Or not use it at all if that feels better. As we feel the hips releasing down and the legs just kind of hanging out. Maybe soft bend through those knees if needed. If you'd like to add movement through those ankles or toes, again, feel free here. A deep breath in, deeper breath out. Couple more rounds of breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Deep breath in, deeper breath out. We'll take one more round of breath here. Inhale. Let it go, exhale. And then just slowly start to draw the knees back into the chest. Releasing those feet back down to your mat. And then as you're ready, we'll peel the hips up away from the block or bolster. We'll slide that out from underneath of us, so remove it. Gently allowing your hips to release back to your mat, and just take a moment there. Letting the back side of the hips melt down. With a deep breath in, deeper breath out. And as you draw the knees back into your chest, give yourself a hug, a rock from side to side. You're drawing some circles around with the knees, massaging out that lower back. And slowly making your way over to your right or left side fetal pose. As you curl up into a little ball on your side, resting that head. With a deep breath in, let it go, breathe out. Starting to feel that calmness you're creating just by slowing down the body, tuning into the breath. And using those hands for support, we're going to slowly make our way up. Let's come all the way up into tabletop. So bringing those legs around. Stacking those shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath your hips. Finding a few cow and cats next. When you're ready, taking an inhale, release your belly down. Gaze will travel up into that cow. Exhale, chin to chest, arch your spine up into cat. Really press away from that mat. Inhale, belly releases, gaze will travel up. Exhale, chin to chest, into cat. And again, breathing in, just moving at your own pace here. Deep inhales and exhales. Breathe into the front and back side of your body. Taking one more full round of breath. We'll come back into that tabletop. Let's open those knees up nice and wide. We're going to come into child's pose with the option to take supported child's pose. So if you want to grab that bolster if you like, or just come back to a regular child's pose. Remember, if we use that bolster, make sure we can rest that head to one side or the other. Or maybe the forehead resting down. Soften those shoulders, just down away from your ears. Letting those hips gently release back towards your heels, not worrying if they touch or not. Just breathing down the spine to your lower back. Cross the lower back to your hips. And down those legs. Now feeling that breath, if you're on that bolster especially, feeling your belly fill itself on each inhale, pressing against the bolster, even the legs. As you exhale, just letting it gently draw back in towards your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Just stay with your breath, noticing if the mind wanders or not. Bringing it back if it does. So if you are on that bolster and you chose to be on one side of the face or the other, just want you to slowly pick your head up, turn it to the other side just so we can even out the sides of the neck. Or if you do have that forehead resting down, feel free to stay there. Checking back in with your body. Making sure we didn't have any tension creep in. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. So as you take 3 more rounds of breath, a deep inhale, letting it go, exhale. Deep breath in, deeper breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Slowly, when you're ready, you're just going to begin to press into the palms, lifting that chest up. If we have a bolster, sliding it out from underneath of us. And as we all make our way back up into tabletop, walking those knees back in underneath your hips. Let's take some hip circles, releasing to one side and just circling down and around. Release it and out. One more time in this direction. And as you come back through center, just reverse it. Take it the other way. Breathing in and out with each circle. Evening out your sides now. As we come back into table, let's take an inhale as we slide the right toes to the back of your mat. Just press back through your heel, get a nice long stretch down your leg. Engaging through your belly with a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. Releasing your right knee back to your mat. Inhaling, sliding your left toes back. Press back through your heel. Nice long stretch down the leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Releasing that left knee back to your mat. Inhale, this time we'll slide the right toes back. Pressing back through your heel. And now as we float that right leg up off the mat, keep pressing away with those hands. Lift up out of your shoulders. Staying there, left arm lifts, spinal balance. Reaching from fingers to toes. With a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hand and knee down to your mat. Inhale, slide the left toes to the back of your mat. Press back through that heel. And now as you float that left leg up, reaching long through your foot. Pressing away from your mat, lifting up out of your shoulders. Staying there, right arm lifts, spinal balance. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hand and knee down with the cow and cat. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Releasing back through table as we wag the tail now. Inhale, sway your hips over to the right. Peek over that right shoulder. Exhale, sway your hips over to the left. Peek over that left shoulder. Inhaling up and over to the right. Exhale up and over to the left. One more time, inhale to the right. Exhale up and over to the left. Coming back through table. Releasing down onto those forearms. Walking those knees slightly back, finding our puppy dog or melting heart. Feel free to use a block here if you like, whether bringing your forehead down all the way to the mat or letting the forehead rest on a block. Just still releasing through those shoulders and the chest. Taking a deep breath in, deeper breath out. Inhale, exhale. And with one more round of breath, breathing in. Exhale, breathe out. Picking up your forehead, gaze to the top of your mat. We're going to come down all the way to the belly. So as we slide ourselves forward, staying on those forearms for Sphinx pose. Shoulders over the elbows, spread those fingers, press down to the palms, the forearms. As you lift the chest and guide it forward, drawing those shoulders back. Pressing down through all 10 toes, all the way to those pinkies. With a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Inhaling, let's gaze over that right shoulder. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale, back through center. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, release all the way to the belly. Coming to one side of the face or the other, just let those hips release to the mat. The rock in the hips. Or you can bend up those knees and windshield wiper out those legs from side to side. Lowering those toes back to your mat if they're up. Bring that gaze back down to your mat. We're going to come back up into Sphinx pose. Adding on here a little variation. So feel free to come all the way back down to the belly if needed once you're there. We'll just take that right knee now, slide it out from the hip. Gentle opening into that little half frog leg. Got it. Keep drawing those shoulders down and back. Trying to collapse down in the shoulders. Keep pressing up and forward. Take a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, release that right leg back on the mat. Inhaling, sliding that left knee out to the side. The deep breath in and a deeper breath out. One more inhale in. Exhale, releasing that left leg back onto your mat. Slowly lowering down all the way to the belly. Sliding your hands in next to your chest. Pressing up slowly through your table. We're going to round through the spine as we sit it all the way back to child's pose, letting the knees open. Forehead resting down on your mat. Take a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Inhaling, walking your hands over to the right side of your mat. Just sending the weight of your body over towards that left foot or side. And just breathing all the way down that arm to the ribs and your hip. The deep breath in and a deeper breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. As you slowly walk those hands back to the center of your mat, let's travel them over to the left side. As you settle back in, let that head release. Shifting the weight of your body over to the right. Breathing down the arm to the ribs and the hip. With a deep breath in, deeper breath out. With one more round of breath here, inhale and exhale. Walking your hands back to the center of the mat, child's pose. One more round of breath here, inhale. Let it go, exhale. Inhale, slowly travel up into table. We're just going to come up to a downward facing dog just to stretch out the legs. Or if you want to go back to that alternate one leg back at a time, that's fine as well. Whatever feels good. Just tugging the toes, maybe lift the hips up and back. Walk out your dog. Release through the head and the neck. The deep breath in. Deeper breath out. And as you slowly, if you're in down dog, finding stillness. With one more round of breath, inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly bring those knees back down to the mat. We're going to find our bolsters, you guys. Again, let's come into supported pigeon. I haven't done that in a while, so I like to run my bolster almost a little diagonal. And we're going to start with that right side. So just slide that right knee up behind your wrist. Starting to move your right foot out towards the left side of your mat. Remember, that foot may stay close into you if you're really tight like me. Or some of us can get that foot out, which will change where that bolster goes, right? So I kind of run the bolster flush with my shin. Square those hips down. And then just start to let that body drape over your bolster. We all kind of find it differently here. Remember, regular pigeon is an option too without the bolster. If this is too much on the knee, on your belly, come to your knees. Yeah. Or come to your knees. Come to your back, rather. Letting that right ankle cross over your left knee if you're on your back. So find what works for you with your bolster if you have it. Again, just let that head rest, let the body rest down. And just breathe into your hip wherever you choose to be. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. The deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Times within a supported pigeon, we allows ourselves to kind of not get too caught up in the stretch. That the body can naturally open with our breath. But if you are feeling any sensation, let's see if you can direct your breath down into that space. Your hip, the outer part of your leg. Wherever that is for you. With a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. We're going to stay here a few more rounds of breath. So see what you can let go of. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath here with a deep breath in. Let it go, breathe out. Deep inhale and exhale. One more full round of breath. When you're ready, just using your hands, peeling that body up. Again, if we have a bolster, let's slide it out from underneath of us. And slowly releasing that right leg back through table. Maybe take some wagging of the tails. Sway those hips from side to side. You can draw some hip circles, just whatever feels good. Cow and cat. Just release it out. Once you feel nice and evened out here, come back into your table. We're going to find that bolster again as we come to the other side. So as you begin to slide that left knee behind your left wrist, make that adjustment with your left foot. As you slide that right leg back, just letting again your body drape over that bolster. You can also come to your back here as well. Okay. Crossing that left ankle over your right knee. Maybe no bolster at all. Okay, once you get as comfortable as possible, try to find some stillness in this pigeon. Let the shoulders relax away from your ear. Soften through that face and your jaw. Breathing into your hip. Maybe noticing where that sensation is on this side. So as you breathe into the hip, the outer part of your leg, just allowing those muscles to release and soften. Breathing in and breathing out. See what you can let go of on this side. Slowly begin to take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Breathing in. Exhale, breathing out. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. So take one more round of breath. Really letting everything release out as you exhale. And as you're ready, just using those hands and slowly peel that body back up. Sliding that bolster off to the side. And again, as you slowly make your way back through table, walking that right knee in. Hips circle, sway of the hips, cow and cat. Whatever feels good to your body, just release it out. With a deep breath in, deep breath out. Once you feel nice and evened out here, I'm just going to bring our legs to one side or the other, coming down onto our seat. Bringing those legs around. So here, from here, you guys either grab a blanket or a bolster. I'm going to use a bolster, just as a little thicker. Or if you roll up a blanket, you know, long ways, that works as well. We're going to lie back on our bolster or blanket. Just get a nice heart opener here. Making sure that that blanket or bolster runs along your spine and the head can rest down. As we open that chest back open. So with the feet resting on your mat, knees bent, legs can extend out long, if that feels better, nice and relaxed. Your option even to bring the soles of your feet together, knees open into butterfly. So really breathing in, again, through the front side of the body. Feeling that breath travel up your toes, the legs, through those hips. And as it rises through your belly, over those ribs, to the chest and the heart. Washing across your shoulders and chest. And down those arms and out those fingers. Maybe using a focused breath here. Just letting your inhale and exhale naturally flow in and out. If that mind wanders, again, bring it back with the breath. We're coming back to that mantra. I am relaxing. I am calm. I am at peace. Just allowing yourself to find that stillness in your bodies, in your mind. Knowing you're exactly where you need to be at this very moment. So really let yourself be here, absorbing it, enjoying it. Breathe We're going to stay here just a little bit longer. So just notice what comes up to you in the body, the mind. Just acknowledging those things that arise, and then let them go. Letting go of the worry, letting go of the stress. Just that tension we bring in. Remember to keep breathing. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly begin to take 3 deep inhales and exhales with a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. With one more round of breath, breathing in. Let it go, breathe out. I'm just going to slowly bring the soles of the feet back to the mat, knees up towards the ceiling. Maybe pause there for a moment if we haven't been there. Letting those feet walk out slightly wider. Again, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Letting those knees draw back through center. And if we are on a blanket or a bolster, we're just going to slowly roll off to one side or the other as we come back to fetal. Again, just curling into a little ball on our sides. Letting that head rest down. With a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. From here, we're going to slowly roll back onto our backs as we draw the knees back into the chest. Give them a great big hug with a rock from side to side. Drawing some circles around with those knees. As we come back to one more inversion here. An option to extend those legs up for legs up the wall, supported or not. Happy or joyful babies. You want a little bit more hips in your practice today. Babies rocking if that feels nice on the spine and legs up the wall. Perhaps movement back through those feet, the toes, the ankles. As we take 3 rounds of breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in Deeper breath out. And with one more round of breath, just slowly draw those knees back down to the chest. Great big hug. We'll let those arms extend out to the sides of our mats for our spinal twist. With a deep inhale, and letting those knees travel over to the right or left side of your mat as you exhale. With the gaze up or over to the opposite hand. Breathe through your belly. Around to your hip and lower back. With a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. With 2 more rounds of breath here, inhale and exhale. As you take that final round of breath on this side, slowly drawing those knees back into your chest. Letting those knees travel over to the opposite side of your mat, spinal twist. The gaze up or over towards that opposite hand. And again, breathing through your belly. Around to that hip and lower back. With a deep breath in. And a deeper breath out. And with 2 more rounds of breath here, inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. Let it go, breathe out. Slowly drawing those knees back through center. Giving yourself a great big hug, a rock from side to side. Taking an inhale, drawing the forehead up towards your knees. Curl up into that little ball. Release out that lower back. And as you exhale, release your head and your feet down. And as we come into our Shavasana, option to go back to where we started using the bolster and or blanket under those knees. Or just finding corpse pose, lying flat on your mat. Wherever you would like to go for your Shavasana. So just get nice and settled in. Allow the eyes to close down. Starting to let your bodies completely release into your mat. And as that body becomes heavier, feel that lightness across the front side of your body. From the crown of your head, all the way down to your fingers, your toes, and from skin to bone, releasing and letting go. as you slowly begin to deepen the breath. Taking deep inhales and exhales. Feeling the rise and fall of your belly with the breath. And wiggle of those fingers and toes, gently awakening. Circling through wrists and ankles. You're sending those arms over your head for a long and morning stretch with a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Just allowing those knees to draw back slowly in towards your chest. Coming to one side or the other into fetal. As you curl into that little ball. Taking a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. And as you use those hands for support to slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable, easy seat. Legs crossed or extended with the eyes closed. Hands in the lap or on those knees. As we close our practice together with 3 audible cleansing breaths. With a deep inhale. Sigh it out, let it go, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. As we sweep those arms up over your head, palms to touch. Guiding your thumbs down to your forehead. For peaceful thoughts, to your lips for peaceful words, and to your hearts for peaceful actions. And so as you lift your heart and bow your chin, from my heart to yours, together we say, Namaste. Thank you, everyone.